Listen, we want to thank y'all for tuning in for another segment of the James Area Show. We're broadcasting live right here from Dallas. Where you at tonight? This day, Anderson?
Well, I'm somewhere in Arizona.
Okay.
In the United States.
Okay. All right. I mean, I guess you don't want to be too specific, right? But just somewhere in Arizona,
for security purposes, let me just keep it in Arizona.
Right. But, I got you.
Yo, thank you for joining us wherever you are in the world. It's a new year, and we're just so excited.
That's right.
What we got in the chamber, James?
That's right. Listen, we're so excited to have you guys here just with us, just going along with us, traveling for this journey. It's not a trip, it's a journey, because it's going to continue. And we want to thank each and every last one of you guys just for, just reaching out, for sending in your emails, just, coming on the videos that we are doing, the feedback that you guys are giving to us. We want to thank you guys for that. And again, I started this myself about a year ago, and I didn't really have a clue on YouTube. I was afraid of being in front of the camera. I wasn't a very tech savvy guy. But what I can tell you is that when you start your journey, if you start your journey, I can guarantee you at some point you will get to your expected end, even if it requires for you to meet some people along the way to help you get to that journey. And I want to give a special shout out to Anderson, because I have to say that Anderson has been it's been an intricate part of this particular journey. We met one night, we were out talking, and one thing led to another, and we started talking about business, and for whatever reason, like minds attract. And
just
what were we talking about, Anderson? What were we talking about?
Just quickly, just to jump on what you just said, that when you start something, you set your intentions on a goal, you attract people with the same intentions.
Sure.
And you attract people with the same direction, the same way as when you're heading towards somewhere. If you're going towards, you meet people going towards the same way. And
sure,
that's just how we met. I was already in this mindset of, doing something like this. And anyways, like Mind Attracted, we wanted to just give a little background on, it's been a long year, a lot of things happen. We just want to reflect just a little bit, so that you know what to expect this year, because we're taking it to the next level.
Absolutely right. Listen, we if you haven't seen that video that we put out at Like Minds Attract, I strongly suggest you go back, check that video out. Like Minds Attract. Another one, before we get started into this segment here today, I need you guys to really consider, or really take a look at that video called Finding Your Why. 2023, folks, we're going to be like diving in a little bit deeper on how to go about finding your why. I know it may sound like a 3-letter word. It may sound very simple, but we want to go a little bit deeper and give you all the details to how to find your why. Your why is important. If you don't find the why, it's going to be hard for you to get to your expected end for your journey. And we all have our own journey.
Yes, because we can talk about all the other great things you can do, but before you get motivated or inspired, before you learn how to adjust your quirk, before you know how to curate your skills, you have to understand why you want to do the things that you're doing. And it's one of the first video that we put out together, and it set the tempo for the whole conversation, because all these series of videos that we're doing, it's just one long conversation. And hopefully at the end of that conversation, you'll be in a better place. That's the goal. That's the intention.
That's correct. 100% correct. And something else that I want to add, because listen, we've been getting flooded with emails wanting to know how to find your purpose. And I don't want to just like beat a dead horse, but I want to share a story with you guys, in a way that it allowed me to help me define or hone in or just define my craft or my purpose. It's really simple. I'm sure a lot of you guys, you've heard someone tell you, if you are a cake baker, or if you're a great cook, or if you are, your skill is a painter or you're a pianist, it doesn't matter. I'm sure you guys have heard someone tell you and give you accolades, or as they would say, give you props on what it is that you're doing. It's something as simple as like, hey, listen, I noticed that, you cooked those cakes when you were over XYZ's home.
So you should probably do that.
I love that. I love that cake. It was great. I want you guys to start paying a little bit more attention to the compliments that you receive, because that is how I was able to define or hone in more so along my craft. Let me just say this. When I started trying to figure out what it is that I wanted to do in life, it wasn't me that was able to like figure that out. It was the compliments, or it was what people were telling me about the skills. It was what people saw in me that I actually didn't see in myself. Let me take it a little bit further. So I never had any sales experience. I never had any sales experience before, and the opportunity presented itself for me to sell vacuum cleaners. My first day, I sold a vacuum cleaner. It blew my mind. After time went by, I began to sell more vacuum cleaners, and as any other job, it runs its course. Then guess what? I began to start selling cars, and everybody would always tell me, "Listen, man, you should be selling cars. You should try selling cars." And you know what? Guess what? I tried selling cars.
You ended up selling cars.
And as a result of that, I began to sell cars because it was just like a natural for me. But one of the things that I remembered is that my people, my friends, in my sphere of influence, in my circle, they always told me, you would be good at it. And that's exactly what I did. Long story short, we came to mortgages. I started selling mortgages, started selling homes, and now I'm actually, a business owner of a multi-million-dollar business. But my point is to you guys, what I want you guys to understand is that pay attention to what's being deposited into your life. Pay attention to the things that your friends are telling you, the things that you're saying. They're saying that you're good at it. If you're a cake baker, you're good at baking cakes. When someone tells you that your cake tastes good, and they can appreciate
it, as well listen to it.
That's a compliment, and those things allow you to define your purpose.
And this was a great introduction, man. Because the topic of the day, what we really wanted to delve in, not just for today, but throughout the year, is this simple message: you got it in you.
You got it in you.
You got it in you. And sometimes you don't realize it. You don't realize the potential you have because of your own mind limitations, until one person in your surroundings say, "Hey, man, you're really good at this. Oh, you should probably do that." And sometimes it's family members, and we're like, "Yeah, whatever." You brush it off, but trust me, those are the people that know you the most. I've had family members tell me, "Hey, man, you're good at art. You're good at drawing," and I was just doing it for fun, And now I ended up doing more designs through my marketing agency called Foreign Services. By the way, I'll give you the links.
Sure.
But it started out just exploring stuff. That's another thing. You don't know what you really got into you until you actually start exploring those part and aspects of yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And not to just beat a dead horse, but I want to kind of piggyback on um what you've already touched on. Listen, in life, it's very important. And I'm going to quote something here from Catherine Fugler. You haven't followed her, you haven't read any of her books, have heard any of her motivational talks, you should look into her. Catherine says that you have to believe in your ability to be successful in the things that you have passion for. These are God-given gifts for you to use.
No, you. I think you have to say it again. People in the back didn't really hear what you just said, man.
All right, well, we're gonna break it down for the people in the back, because I want to make sure we don't lose anybody on it.
Nobody.
I want to make sure you guys are following me.
So what did Catherine said again?
Catherine says it is important for you to believe in your ability to be successful in the things that you, keyword is you, the things that you have passion for. These are your God-given gifts for you to use. Now, I'm going to break it down a little bit further here now. Listen, a lot of us, we go out and we try to start a business, and we try to start a business on something that we've never done before. There's nothing wrong with that. I applaud you for your ambition. However, there's somebody that's been talking to you. There's somebody that's been telling you that you are a great cook, a great chef. You are very handy and skilled and gifted with your hands. You have a great memory. Someone has told you something positive about you already. Like what I was saying before. Those things that they're telling you, those are your God-given. Those are your God-given talents. No one can take that away from you. And your gifts will make room for you to make money.
To be successful within that field.
Because these are your God-given talents. They can't take that away from you. This is what God has given you. And people are sometimes, they're going to show you exactly what they see in you. It could be good or it could be bad. Either way, they're going to show you what it is that they see in you. And so your God-given talents, whatever it is you're good at, if you're able to put colors, coordinate colors together, guess what? You may be able to
cultivate
be a fashion
designer. Yeah.
If you're able to put furniture together, or you're able to match different schemes of the furniture in the home, guess what? You may need to be an interior decorator. I need you guys to start focusing more on your God-given talents. The reason why I say that is, I don't know about you guys. If you're passionate about decorating, you're passionate about cooking, singing, that is your God-given talent. That's why you're so passionate about it. And I don't know about you guys. Listen, if I was going to go to see a heart surgeon, guess what? I want to be talking to a heart surgeon that's passionate about the heart, that knows the ins and outs about the anatomy, the heart, the body. If I was going to go and see someone, I had a tax issue with my business and I needed some assistance with clearing up my tax issues, or even just to do my taxes, guess what? I would want to do business with someone that loves, eats, sleeps, drinks, lives, chokes off of the numbers.
Yeah. Absolutely agree with that. And what I wanted to just go a little deeper on is the fact that sometimes we underestimate our capacities. Sometimes we, you could be drawing, you could be, I'm just cooking, I'm just doing this, I'm just doing that, and you don't realize that you're actually good at it because you minimize it. You don't see the value in it until somebody else actually notices, hey, this is very good. And you were just doing it, so sometimes you really do have to trust in your abilities and know that you got it in you. You know, earlier you gave a very good example when we were having a conversation. You said, sometimes you just gotta fly the plane as you're building it. You know,
It's
I was
important.
like, what? Are you taking passengers in that in
Well,
that plane? Who's gonna follow? But when you think of it, sometimes you just gotta trust in those abilities of yours. You know.
sure, because these are your God-given talents. These are your God-given skills. Listen, the last thing you want to do, and the LesBrown said this himself, the last thing you want to do is take your God-given talent to the grave.
I do not believe that any of us have dreams that were not given to us for the purpose of accomplishing those particular dreams. I don't know what that dream is that you have. I don't care how far-fetched it might appear to be. I don't care how disappointing it might have been as you've been working toward that dream. But here's what I know, that dream that you're holding in your mind, that it's possible. Let's say that together, please. Say, it's possible. See, sometimes we can't say, I can do that. But what we can say, that it's possible that I can have my dream as we run toward it, as we work on it day in and day out.
There's nobody can deliver and share your God-given talent better than you. The last thing you want to do is take it to the grave. So while you
There's
are
one
here,
little example on that, on what, why it's so important to value those things. Asians, I'm not sure if it's a Chinese or Korean tradition, but when a baby is born, what they do is they bring a bunch of tools that represent different fields, like some doctor's little tools, or a plumber, or a hammer, or basketball, and they just put it scatter around the room.
Absolutely.
and they let the kid go towards what they like. And as soon as they pick whatever they like, they invest everything into that field to make sure that the kid has all the opportunities to succeed in that. And I really thought that was cool, because sometimes another thing is that our environment kind of dissuades us from going towards the thing that we like. Sure. And especially to me from Africa, there's a lot of fields that you don't get to see people in, and you don't know if it's possible for you to strive in there. Mm-hmm. And you say, although you trust your abilities, your environment is gonna dissuade you, demotivate you, or discourage you. Sure. To go towards that, because what are you gonna do? How are you gonna feed your family making music? How are you gonna just being a painter or things like that? So your environment sometimes, same as earlier we said, that your environment sometimes sees the potential in you when you don't see it. Sometimes your environment brings you down, and they don't see the potential in you, and you just gotta believe that you got it in you. You just gotta trust. Sure. Like you said, LesBrown said, you don't want to die with regrets.
You don't want to die with those regrets, because there's something, and LesBrown says this himself. He says it much better than I do. Shout out to LesBrown. LesBrown, wherever you at, listen, we need to talk, okay?
Yeah.
LesBrown says it himself. Listen, you have something special in you. There's something special in you that no one else can bring to this universe. No one else can do it. And if you don't do it, guess what? This world is going to be in a lost. they're going to be without, because you have something special in you. Until you manifest that what's inside of you, this world will be at a loss. Let's not get off track, okay? Because we want to make sure we go back to the fact that yes, you can do it. It doesn't matter what it is, you can do it. It doesn't matter if you decide you want to open up your own clothing line, you can do it. It doesn't matter if you want to open up your own franchise of McDonald's. Guess what? You can do it. It doesn't matter if you just gotten out of jail, been in jail for 15 years, and now you got an idea to open up your own software company. Guess what? You can do it. You know why? Because you have it in you. Until you share this with the world is going to be at a loss, because it's something special about you. Shout out to LesBrown.
I always like to say, by refusing to be yourself, you're depriving other people of the opportunity to experience you.
Absolutely.
Because that's something nobody else can provide. Nobody can provide that experience.
That's right.
You're more than just you're a whole experience. But if you don't really delve into your own self and know your skills, know what you're good at, get confident in your craft and master it.
Yeah.
If you don't do it, people will never know what they missed. They will never know what they could have experienced that you didn't provide because of a lack of confidence. My mom will always tell me, hey, it's not just about you. There's a lot of people standing right behind you. You don't even see them.
Absolutely.
Just waiting for you to be successful.
Absolutely. Listen, and how do you do that?